710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
The face of the franchise. So did Pete Carroll really say what I thought he said today?
I hope not. I hope he didn't. Let's say I think he was putting on the good spin. That's what he's supposed to do as a head coach.
Everyone's heard the show, and if you haven't, what's wrong with you? We're on from 12 to 3, and it's fantastic, and you should be listening. But in it, Pete Carroll was asked about Tarvaris Jackson's future. If they were, we've all kind of assumed that they're going to have to get a brand new quarterback, and they're going to get a young guy, and they're going to want to make this
I
move.
still assume that, by the way. That's still my assumption.
Yeah, mine too. And so I don't want to say he wasn't really put on the spot, but he was asked fairly directly if he viewed Tarvaris as part of the future. And his answer was, I think what he had to say, which was yes.
Yeah.
But then he
really made it sound like I could really, and paraphrasing, but I could really see him being a big part of what happens here in the future. Now, he didn't qualify, he didn't say, well, he's going to be a starter, he's going to be a backup, and I could see what he said being true if he's talking in terms of a backup, because I think he could be a very serviceable, very effective backup for whoever your starting quarterback is, which he isn't.
Well, he is now, but shouldn't be in the future, man.
No.
Again, it's a tricky one, and it'll be talked about a lot. Guys have been talking about it on the air a lot, and fans are going to be too. Because to me, obviously, it's the sort of thing that would make fans revolt. Not all of them, but some of them, because they're 2-5. I mean, it'd be one. I don't care if Tarvaris Jackson's the quarterback for the next 15 years. They start winning games.
I'd love to be wrong. I'd love him to go on a winning streak, sweep the rest of the season. He's your quarterback of the future, and he becomes Aaron Rodgers. I would love to be wrong about that. Yeah. I don't think I am, but trust me, I'll wrap my arms around the whole thing if it happens.
I mean, it gets down to winning games. I mean, we know that he's going to be back as the quarterback next year. They should get another guy in there. They got a 2-year deal with him. We got to keep all that in mind, too. Charlie Whitehurst goes goodbye after his 2-year deal is up. They have not made a commitment of any kind to any quarterback yet. Mm-hmm. That would speak loudly to me. If there was really something more than just what you're suggesting, maybe as a backup, as a part of it, we'd hear something about a contract extension, and we hear about it this year.
Well, and you've got a lot of defenders of Tarvaris out there, which is fine. This isn't meant to bag on him, but I'm curious why everybody wants to explain it away. Well, he's got no offensive line. He's got no running game. Which is true. Okay. But why would you expect him to be different in Seattle as compared to what he was in Minnesota, where he had a great offensive line, where he had Sidney Rice and Bernard Berrien, Visanthe Shenko, and probably the best running back in all the NFL, and Adrian Peterson. How'd he do?
I didn't win.
So why, if you get all those things here in Seattle, why all of a sudden does he become Joe Montana? I'm just curious.
I am too. I haven't seen enough winning yet, personally. That's going to be the acid test.